why nobody don't? I mean, if you're gonna talk about the man, tell the whole story. Why nobody tell that? So he felt like the man that people could get hurt in prison. You understand? He had a big, Elijah built the Nation of Islam in prison and built the Fruit of Islam in prison. They was in security in prison. So he was very much concerned with the brothers in prison. That's what that was over. That had nothing to do with Malcolm talking or the rest of the public. It had everything to do with not wanting to get brothers killed. So the reason he did a public chastisement of Malcolm, hoping that it could make the whites feel justice was served, where they wouldn't have to serve justice on the brothers that was in prison. See, Elijah was real smart. He didn't have a lot of education, but he was beyond abnormally smart. He was a real genius. You know what I'm saying? Elijah Muhammad really was a prophet and could see the future and shit. He was smart. I don't know, man, Elijah Muhammad was really, really smart. And so, at that time, there was power struggles going. So what Elijah wanted to do, Elijah was trying to protect Malcolm. Elijah was trying to knock Malcolm down so he wouldn't be a threat to the other brothers. Because Elijah was suspicious that some of the other brothers might want to do harm for Malcolm to get his slot. And Elijah wanted Malcolm to succeed. But Elijah was a master at planning for the future. If Malcolm would have went along with it, he would end up running the Nation of Islam. But Elijah can't come out and tell you what he's doing. He was trying to make sure that the other brothers shooting for the head spot would not think that Malcolm is in line for the head spot. So he was trying to make it look like Malcolm wasn't going to get the head spot to get the pressure off of Malcolm, and to make it look like Malcolm being punished so the brothers won't get hurt in prison. All Malcolm had to do is just take the demotion and go back to selling papers. He wanted them to go back out and sell papers, and Malcolm was highly offended. But, I understand Malcolm being offended. But Malcolm being around Elijah, Malcolm should have known Elijah is asleep. And what Elijah did, that was a smart ass move. And if Malcolm would have went down like that and just stayed quiet, Malcolm would have took over the Nation of Islam, and Farrakhan would have been number 2, and Khalid would have been number 3. I can't blame Malcolm, because I can even foresee that. Because like I said, Elijah was a master at the future. He had already taught them that the nation was going to follow. He planned all that. He was smart. And he was a righteous man. Elijah wasn't no bad man.
Okay, I'm back. I got some of my negativity off of me, and I'm getting ready to do this recording. I'm so glad I got all that negative feeling away. And just like you say, just like it said, you have to confront it to move on, to move forward. right now I'm going to set up this website so that I don't have to worry about doing it later today, and I still don't have the calendar updated because the computer won't let me update that specific calendar, and I want that calendar. That's the calendar I want to use. So I guess I have to wait until the computer gives it up. Hopefully it'll give it up to later today. I have the Go Green calendar at the Cyberspace Highway website, but I don't use Go Green at the Companions Plus website. I'm sure I will, but I want to use the newer calendar that I think is more attractive because I like the picture. And that is the damn calendar that I want to use. Okay, let's see. Can I get in here? I should be able to get in here. I should be able to get in there. That was a long Memorial Day weekend. I knew it. I said once the Memorial Day weekend hit, I knew I was going to be bounced out of circuit for a minute. And it bounced me right out of circuit. And now I'm bouncing back in at 2:30 a.m. I'm very early. I'm usually never this early. I'm usually clocking in at 1 p.m. on a Tuesday. And right now, I'm clocking in at 2:30 a.m. So that's early. Definitely early. I guess if you have to think positive, I'm gonna think positive right this moment and fight all this negativity and what is so positive that I can add. I'm gonna add the fact that there's so much that you could do to better your situation because we have 2 nights in one day. You know, like they say tonight, but not tonight. We have 2 nights. It is nighttime right now. And it's going to be night again around 9 o'clock in the same day. So that's 2 nights. So in 2 nights, and this is what I've been thinking. I've been thinking about changing my work shift and figured about putting in 2 nights instead of one day. And I really need to do that because I'm very far behind. And I'm looking at my picture. I would love to sign this Empowerment Living Center picture that I put together on the companionsplus.org website. And I haven't gotten to that yet because I would like to just print a little something on there because I truly love that one. That is probably one of my best. And I'm gonna actually talk a little bit, sort of offish, but those. Let's see. Let me get out of this website first. Let me before I do that. Let me update what I was doing first. Oh boy, that negativity is just so heavy, and you can feel after a while, you can just feel all that, the thoughts of people because it's evil, and because it's evil, you get angry because you feel so disrespected that people feel that you don't have enough sense or to know that they have evil against you. They just think that you're so stupid, and that is very disrespectful. I think. I think it's disrespectful to God because you think that God doesn't have enough power to let you sense when evil is hunting you down, and you get angry because it just always calls you stupid. Okay, did that update? Let's see. So, what I want to do is probably make a note of this. Is what, yeah, you get so behind schedule. Now the plan now is to, since I'm now being able to catch up with any little thing, to at least jot down little notes of what you need to do because when you're multitasking, it's difficult sometimes when your projects are large. And I still have a video I have to get up, but I'm really actually, um, what do they call that thing? You put the buggy before the horse. Let me see, the buggy before the horse. Yeah, I think I was putting the buggy before the horse. And obviously you must can't do that or something. I don't know. But either way, I guess if you put the buggy before the horse, you may have trouble getting to where you need to go. You have to move the one or the other out of the way. But I want to sign that somehow. My Empowerment Living Center piece there, and those little orange outdoor houses, because there's like different little outdoor things in there. And on this picture, it's a little California Rish. That would be Skid Row, right? With the tents up. But anyways, those are like little houses on a strip, and then those are outdoor um, bathroom facilities out there also. And I think this is all very factual. You know, if Skid Row saw itself as Skid Row a place, or Skid Row a community, or Skid Row a an institution, then Skid Row would enforce things like, well, you can only have one layout chair. You can only have uh, one cart uh, that you would hold things in, and that would, certain rules and certain things would help to brutal, help it maintain, I guess, some type of cleanliness. If you operated as something, I guess, I don't know what you would call it, but if you operated it with just as more than just nothing, your tents have to be such and such, just anything to. Anyways, this is not where I'm at. Let me get started with what I'm going to do. It's not you. It is you.
On this issue, which is timely. Oh, you played the wrong clip, Joel.
So this is
You
about
played 1B, I need it.
people going to the
2A.
bathroom on the streets.
I mean 2-1A. What's wrong with you, boy? Let's, let's have 2-1A.
So you're back here with me, Marie, and this would be my guest host, or my starting off, because I'm gonna include some of, I believe, Oakland in my search for today. So I'm trying to get really much like an early start. So I'm just gonna tune in, because this is, when you're talking about or dealing with, let's just be clear. When you're dealing with giving up and facing and accepting being homeless, it gives you a lot more aspects that you've probably never ever considered. You've probably never ever seen other people that you probably know would stoop to. And reason why I'm saying it like that is because when you hit into another situation that you're not familiar with, no one can exactly say how they would react or what they would do. And I'm definitely not saying that you would go and poop on the streets. I'm definitely not saying that. I'm not saying that. But apparently it is happening. And it is your mindset and what you are feeling and wanting to get from off of you, why some people just give up and go into any type of behavior there is. If it was something that was not being done on purpose, then I would think it would be something that would not be so plentiful, or a lot. So again, you're here with me, Marie, tonight. I'm just sort of cooling off, and then I'm going to go into a little job market search, and hopefully anyone that tunes in can probably just take a look at it. If you're in that local area or any other area, we'll probably just go on. But I know this one right here is about 45 minutes limit. So let me go ahead and tune back in with what's been going on. And I think he says on the sidewalks where it's very tough to walk on the sidewalks. And that would really be unbelievable, but I don't want to be made a believer. That's fine. I believe it. No one has to convince me of it. But I just think that's terrible if you allow the situation to defeat you that way. Even if it's something that you can't control, get the Depends diapers for adults. Um, I'm thinking this is something by adults and not animals, but
I have to begin with this shocking case out of LA, and two friends of mine have told me about this. A police officer now has contracted that really rare and life-threatening illness, disease, typhoid fever. Now, what is it, fewer than 350 Americans contract this every year? So what's going on here?
We have complete breakdown of the basic needs of civilization in Los Angeles right now. We have the three prongs of airborne disease. Tuberculosis is exploding. Rodent-borne, we're one of the only major cities in the country that does not have a rodent control program, and sanitation is broken down. We had a typhus outbreak last summer. We will have a typhus outbreak this summer. I'm hearing from experts that bubonic plague is likely. It's already here. We'll get under the rat, please. And then
Amazing, folks. Gerald, you gotta pay attention this week. You see the tired? What's wrong with you? Are you in love?
I was trying to adjust the things and just.
Are you in love?
No.
What love got to do with it? But just imagine that, folks. In LA, when you ride around LA now, homeless people everywhere. They're taking dumps on the sidewalks. It's almost hard to walk on the sidewalk without being careful not to step into the number two. They're not just doing number one, they're doing number two, and they don't care that you see them doing it. And so diseases everywhere in LA. In San Francisco, out of control. In our own country, and our government, the Democratic Party is allowing this to happen. They want this to happen. They're fighting against the president putting a wall up because they want
now
this.
I think he could be overdoing it, feeling that there's people in offices that are elected that would want their citizens to go out and dump, on the streets. I think he's probably. I don't know. I don't hope not.
To happen. Did you? And then the American people are so nice about it. No rallies. They're so-called Me Too rallies. They're Black Lives Matter rallies, but no real rallies for the country. All fake rallies, live rallies. No, Me Too. Nobody care about that.
Oh
No
God.
Black Lives Matter. Nobody care about that. All made up lies. How about the real deal? We're losing our country. Diseases are coming back. Homeless people just live everywhere on the streets. It's shocking in LA now. And we just drive by and look at them. It's major, folks. So, here's 2B. This is the LA Times has reported on the growing rodent and traps crisis. Rodent mean rats. Rats everywhere. Big rats. Fat rats. They don't believe in dieting or working out. Here's that soundbite.
which is typhoid fever, 3 cases, 1 confirmed, probably 3. This is unbelievable. I can't believe I live in a city where this is not third world, Laura. This is medieval. Third world countries are insulted if they are accused of being like this. No city on earth tolerate this. The entire population is at risk. And God forbid if measles, this is a population that's suboptimally immunized. If measles gets in, I just have an image of myself on my knees in the gutter tending to people, because this summer is likely to be a very profound problem.
Yeah. One particular location is surrounded by food distribution companies that sells to stores and restaurants in the city, with a pile of ooze and trash all around. You have to wonder about contamination. After a while, just watch it. If this isn't stopped, regular, normal Americans who don't live around it, but go into shopping for food or cafes or restaurants, watch what happens. You're going to get sick. Your kids and your family will die. Because this is serious. And I don't understand why there isn't a large, major protest of all the citizens of this.
Now, this video I'm listening to and looking at is entitled "The City is Covered in Dump," and that's what the Jesse Lee Peterson's show, location Los Angeles. And I do think it's terrible that your depression and your aspect and the way things look is just not worth doing anything about. That's actually horrible. So that's another reason why we would like to continue on and look at what you do have available. I actually went in with that and I went and looked up some of those jobs, because that's what I'm going to start with, what we have going on locally. But since I started with that particular web insert, I'm going to go on and talk about those positions they have, see how they look out there, and then I'll go on into our local market here. So on the top here for Oakland, California, they have warehouse shopper team member. Whether you want a career or to learn or to earn extra cash, we offer full-time, part-time, seasonal, and flexible schedules that work with your life. And they're paying $16 to $17.50 an hour. Oh wow, okay, and this is Amazon fulfillment services. So that should actually be a pretty good lead to something, because what's happening with Amazon is they're growing so fast and they're just going into new markets every day, because as you know, when you're starting a new business, you're really not all the time in control. The business takes control, and it looks like they're doing so well here. So they're up there offering $16 to $17.50 by the hour. Whole Food shopper. That's also Amazon fulfillment services. $17.25 an hour. So that's telling us Amazon is out there changing lives, I guess. Earn up to $12.50 a month walking dogs. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Earn up to $12.50 a month walking dogs. And that's in San Francisco, California. So I would think, let's see, what are they saying? Prefer to make your own schedule? Is an on-demand dog walking service to instantly find and book a reliable, experienced, and trustworthy dog walker. And it says a bit more. I would think if you give at least work out something good here, and you can begin to grow your clientele. You never know what could become of this. And $12.50 a month, to walk for walking dogs may not be a bad start, especially given what certain sections are going through, especially their you just want to be in a situation that you're not too, let's just be honest, you're not too broke to get out of the way. One of the worst things about getting out the way of danger, let's just say wildfires or tornadoes or hurricanes, is not being able not being able to escape. And then sometimes escaping, as we know, can be the worst, or more deadly, because then you can get stuck in traffic jams, or the weather might catch you off guard. So you just want to go ahead and always try to keep something going, because as we see, as we're dealing, no one can say anything specifically, but one thing's for sure: when you don't have the money to escape, you don't have the money to escape, period. You know. And if you begin to get get an income coming in, and you know how things are, just like how we prepare with insurances, and we prepare, for some type of savings account and stuff like that, we can begin to live our lives understanding that times are much more crucial now with our weather patterns. And getting these jobs at the right time can make all of the difference. Here we got janitorial worker. That's for CW Building Maintenance, Oakland, California, paying $15 an hour. We are looking to hire 2 self-motivated personnel for this position. Must have some prior janitorial experience. Legal to work in the USA. And it looks like they're saying they will complete a background check. That's a pretty good starting wage for $15 an hour. And especially, and I'm thinking, as these things get tougher, you don't want to get to, what's the word? I don't want to use that word, but it's the only word that's coming up. You don't want to get snooty, because times are really buckling down here, and you just want to really be in a position where you can at least fight something back. You don't have to just fall on the ground and give up. You don't have to do that. You don't have to. And looks like that's, when you do that, that is saying, I pretty much can't make it anymore. And especially if you can't make it to the bathroom, you really need to start thinking inwardly, like there is hope. Here we have cashiers, servers, waiters, immediate hire. Now, and I love that. I love that job. The only thing I didn't like about being a waitress was the smoking, the cigarette smoking, chokes the hell out you. But other than the cigarette smoking at the time when I was waitressing, I really liked it. Here we have cashier, servers, waitresses, the party staff. This is also in Oakland, $15 to $18 an hour. Qualified applicants considered for employment without regard to race, religion, sex, or gender, sexual orientation, gender identity, or expression, or pregnancies. And I'm not sure if that's where it stops, but that's where I'm stopping with that. But it looks like they're paying $15 to $18 an hour. And I'm sure they probably don't take your tips, or you probably can accept tips, So that would be a great start there, and it would be a wonderful start if it is a smoke-free restaurant. That would be all the even better. You might can even last, 3 months to 6 months longer in a non-smoking environment, maybe even longer. Well, and you may have longer longevity in life, of course. Okay. Warehouse shopper team member. That's still with the Amazon. 710 labs hiring all positions. Oakland, California. Valid driver's license. General manager, department lead. 710 labs hiring all positions. All are highly motivated, punctual, goal orientated. So looks like I did. Now that looks very interesting. Looks like if you at least try to go out there, you might get something to go on. And I'm reading from the Indeed.com social webpage, Indeed.com, and I'm reading these here, for the California area. And not to say that this is where the using the bathroom on the streets out in public is happening, because sometimes when you filter or put in too much information, you forget the smallest details. But I was sure it can't be. As someone was saying, for blocks, but I know there's no way people could be doing that for blocks on end. Here we go. Team member, Dunkin' Donuts. So Dunkin' Donuts is hiring out there in Oakland, out in California. Nice start, $13.80 to $14.50 an hour. You just go in for. You just go in at least for 4 days, and that should give you a nice, decent start to feeling or to trying to do anything. I'm not saying just work for 3 or 4 days. What I'm saying is that's a very good start. And after about 3 or 4 days, according to what you've paid for transportation and for probably help with someone, if you have kids or whatever, after about 3 or 4 days of working on this job, you'll probably be already paid for it. And then if you finish out the week, then you'll begin on your disposable income, what you'll have, for a little fun. I know that's a little long-winded and that's a little bit out there, but keep that job there for a while and you can do some things. Dunkin' Donuts, and then you can also take some donuts home. Let's see. Sales floor associate. This is Dollar Tree. Of course, Dollar Tree's out there. Dollar Tree's hiring out there. Blue Endeavors part-time associate, $15 to $16 an hour. We're looking for new team members to come work for us part-time to help with running our retail floor, rental shop, and meeting classroom space location. Now that sounds like fun. This is Alameda. 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 Alameda, California. Alameda, California. Blue Endeavors. 15 to $16 an hour. And again, we're looking for a new team member to come work for us part-time to help with running our retail floor, rental shop, and meeting and classroom space. That should be a very good little nice friendly job. $19 to $23 an hour open hire event. And it's coming up June 5th, 2000, this year, of course. It's coming up Wednesday, paying $19 to $23 an hour. This is a 1-day hiring event, so come dressed to impress with your resume and valid guard card. and meet our team. I'm thinking most of these jobs here are serious because I'm very sure that these people out here are not going to waste your time. Because I don't know if that's what it takes for people not to waste your time, because you do get a lot of ridiculous time wasting when it comes to job searching, and it's just so many here. It's just so many here, but good luck out here to California out here. I mean, really, because um, wow. And they're looking there. Let me see, what's the lowest pay rate that I found on this page for California? It looks like the lowest pay rate here on this particular page was that $13.80. That was the lowest pay rate, and that's for working at Dunkin' Donuts. And I got up as high as to $23 an hour. I got 23. Well, that's the open event, and I want something else. Okay, I didn't get. But here's a patient service representative, $20 an hour. Include with your resume a brief letter telling us a little about yourself. Our office is looking for someone experienced and friendly. Primary care office. So if you're one of those RNs and uh, general, nurse practitioners or whatever. Let's see what do they call it again? It's for care. If it's for primary care office, and it doesn't really say exactly what, so you don't know. You can go ahead and put your resume in and see. A lot of this stuff, you know, it's all usually by chance. I don't know what makes you get that job, but whatever it is, I'm sure we're all thankful for it. But a lot of it is chance. But one thing's for sure: if you don't take a chance, you're not going to get it. If you don't take that chance, it's a done deal. So there's nothing that can change that particular outcome. Nothing that I can think of. So I also want to tell you about the raffle. Please, just think about this raffle. I'm going to get more involved. I'm going to get more involved with the raffle, of course, but um, I think my raffle is actually going to grow and keep going. And what I actually want for this raffle, I cannot even share. But we want that raffle to keep going, and we're going to be adding even more things. And I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to fall on the ground, and I'm not going to take that dump, you know. And of course, the resume service live assistance is available. And it's really not a time when it's not. If we just can make that connection, we can go ahead and get it done. It really doesn't. It doesn't really matter to me, because I know that what these things, that the type of things that I like to do is make a real difference. And the best way to do that is to start on it. You don't confine yourself to when you're going to start making a new change or adding something better, to your life. So I am always willing, because usually I work throughout the night and throughout the day. And under these circumstances, you just be thankful for whatever nap or whatever break you do get. But being realistically, being realistic, you really don't have that much time to just give up. You cannot just give up. Giving up is not going to wait on any of us. I don't know where giving up works at. Giving up just doesn't work. And when you give up and people see that you've given up, chances are they're really not going to care that much. You just got to hope that you're making a society that is more caring and more willing. But right here we have retail merchandise, $13 per visit. Merchandiser, and this is out in Johnsonville, South Carolina, $13 an hour. Field Force Merchandising is currently seeking part-time retail service merchandisers for ongoing programs and major retail chains. And you can't tell me that you don't like retail. $13 an hour. I would love to get that. To work in designing clothes. It doesn't say anything about that, but then when I hear retail, that's where I go. I go towards designing, and you just can just have a beautiful boutique and have time to sew and make nice designs and have a retail whatever. Anyways, home services coordinator, and I think that's been up there, 32,000 to 60,000 a year. And this is with South Carolina Mental Health Center, Williamsburg County. Got a biscuit maker. Prepare biscuits to meet people's demands without overproducing. To prepare fresh, hot, quality biscuits according to companies' recipes, procedures, and standards. Now I'm thinking either that is I can't take that lucky guess, but I know that has to be one of those fast foods that we're familiar with. I want to call the name, but I'm not sure. But that's your biscuit maker there on Indeed.com. Now it doesn't have a price on there of what they're willing to pay. But according to whatever where you're starting at, that could be a very very good opportunity to start. We have Taco Bell. Taco Bell in Lake City is hiring franchisees or independent business owners who set their own wage and benefit programs that can vary among franchisees. So they're looking for someone to come in. Looks like they're looking for people to partner. Taco Bell in Lake City. Yeah, it's fairly new. They're fairly new there. They definitely fairly new there. That's for sure. I thought I saw. Let me see. Manning, administrative assistant, $19.53 an hour for 40 hours a week. 40 hours work week. Functional knowledge of MS Word and Excel, customer service experience, detailed oriented work independently and with others. Effectively organized worksheets and etc. So that's about $20 an hour to go out there to Manning, Lusa Associates, Ultima Services in Manning, South Carolina. Administrative assistant position. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. That's pretty good. Administrative assistant, 19.53 an hour. So you take your little lunch breaks during the day, and you sit at that desk and do your typing and your receptionist work that you need to do. Understand how to do your Word and Excel programs, and get paid for 40 hours a week. You never know when it could start. It could definitely change your life. It's cashier with Murphy USA in Lake City. Now, Murphy, I'm sure, is a gas station. Qualified applicants are considered for all positions without regards to race, color, religion, gender, national origin, disability, not virgin. What is your word? Virgin? Veterans, veteran status, age. It'll be like, oh, it doesn't matter if you're a virgin or not. You can get this job. Qualified applicants are considered for all positions without regard to race, color, religion, gender, national origin, disability, veteran status, age, or any etc. Boy, do they go through it, but looks like they're looking for just a nice, good person. Come on in and work and get a paycheck. Online college essay writing tutor. Tutor students from around the world from the comfort of your own home. Our service operates 24/7, which gives our tutors the flexibility to set their own, and that probably means schedule. It looks like you can work at your own pace. Even I probably would go ahead and love to figure out how I can get to do that. But with what I already have written out, which actually has a 10 year, this is like a 10-year plan. So I would definitely have time to stop and do a little of this because what I'm actually working on, is not getting rich overnight. It's actually something that's very realistic that I think that if you don't put too much overbearing or unrealistic expectations on it, that in 10 years, regardless if you're started or within 10 years, you're just looking at a whole new beginning. Just get rid of all of this stuff that makes you feel like you're not going to get a job, you're not going to ever buy a home, you're not going to ever own land, you know. But it all starts with work. It all starts with work, and all of it starts with working together. Let's see. Teach English in China. All majors welcome. College, South Carolina receive a great local salary, competitive benefits, and meet people from all over the world. Has over 200 schools across China with a teacher community, blah, etc. Teach English in China. All majors welcome. Okay, I'm gonna have to write that one down too, because I'm not in any rush, and I'm not being selfish. But my hopeful plan, because when we're looking at our storms and what you would like to have your charity to do, the charity has to grow honestly on its own. I can't make the charity grow. And what I am to do is when the charity begins to grow, I am to be there and to be in place to make sure it is properly growing. And that's basically, with just about anything, I guess. So looks like the job market pretty much is there, and it's pretty strong, you know. Definitely, something worth looking into, because the more I've been looking at these searches, the stronger they're getting, and I'm myself am feeling hopeful towards the future, when it comes to what's there, and what's gonna be available. Let's see, now that was local, and we stopped in Coward. That Teach English in China, all majors welcome. That's in Coward, South Carolina. I guess where you would get the information to get hooked up with such a spectacular offer. You just look at how out the box, you can get out of the box. And now look at here. You have Andrews, Food Lion is hiring. We have the Dollar Tree in King Street hiring. Cricket Wireless in Lake City is hiring. Cricket Wireless is starting with $9 an hour. Domino's in King Street is hiring. Farmers Home Furniture. Oh, right. Yeah, you would really love that job. Now, who doesn't love the farmers, to work in the furniture store? Don't you just love to even just walk into a furniture store? And some people really don't know how wonderful their jobs are. But Farmers Home Furniture, what is it? Valid driver's license. So they must want you to do. Okay, they're looking for a collector. Valid driver's license, so you're not going to have time to stand in there and be amazed over the furniture. Valid driver's license. If you enjoy interacting with people, providing outstanding customer service, meeting a challenge, and are looking for a rewarding career. And that's put so nicely, but you're there to be a collector. Part-time sales associate, Belk in Lake City. So Belk in Lake City is looking for someone to provide outstanding customer service to each and every customer. Displays a passion for retail and fashion. Adapts to change efficiently. Mm. And Belk, we just love Belk, period. Whether you can afford to open a door or not, we truly love Belk. And I think you can probably still get that, who is it? I can't recall but you can get some pretty good makeup, regardless of your skin complexion, you can get some pretty good makeup out of Belk. Let's see. Caregiver, in-home, non-medical. Comfort Keepers, in-home of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Okay, so they're hiring here, looking for a new career where you can make a difference in the lives of other people in our community. Then we are looking for you. Here's a blah, etc. So the caregiver in non-medical comfort keepers in home care of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, off of King Street, South Carolina. They're looking for, looks like, I would call attendants, but I'm not sure, non-medical. So we're saying caregiver attendants, yeah. Could be for adults, I'm thinking more so than probably for, kids. Now this is something that's starting with $80,000 a year. $80,000 a year. And it just says South Carolina, TSMT. Okay, Tri-State Motors. Brand new trucks, excellent benefits, and very flexible home time policy help make us one of the most attractive companies in the industry. So we're looking at Tri-State Motors. Wow. Brand new trucks, excellent benefits. So it looks like this is a dealership, I'm thinking. I hope I'm not totally ignorant. Um, $80,000 is just wonderful. I was thinking about how could you reward if you had your own, uh, just your own type of company by itself. Doesn't matter how much land space it takes up. And one of the things that you reward your customers, not your customers, that you reward those who help you work with, or you can call them your employees, or co-workers. But one of the things that you would offer your co-workers, like after 3 years, is like an unbeatable deal on a car. Wouldn't that be like fascinating? You just, listen, we make these cars. And if you stay here and work with us at least 3 years, one of these cars is yours, probably for half price, or free. But you don't want to bankrupt yourself. But I was just thinking about, what would you do if you had a company, how would you keep people to work with you? And I was thinking, one way you would be able to keep those people is to offer them a car after 3 years of putting it in. 3 years after putting it in, I'm telling you, offering those people or your coworkers a car, you'll probably be in business a whole lot longer, unless they just want to get the car and go. But that still makes you a very reputable company. If people know we can come out here and get a job and work here, and after 3 years get a car, they're probably going to stay there. And then on top of that, if they have payments, they're probably going to stay a little longer. So, that's what I would probably do if I was filthy rich with a company like that. Then I would offer my people that come into work, something like a car. You know, if you, especially if you were the manufacturers, of your own vehicle. I mean, why wouldn't you? That way you keep yourself in business. But those are some great, great, great jobs out there. And I hope you keep in mind the Companions Plus website, Companions Plus spelled with a K. And I'm definitely looking forward to doing some resumes, please. I like to do the resumes. I have right now at this point 100%. So why would you think negative and think that you're not going to be the one to get the next one? I definitely think right now there's not much reason why you would break that 100%. I think you would have a wonderful shot, even if you're on a job that you're not liking and it's not going how you want it to go. We can get started on that resume for you, and then we can go ahead and start submitting it. But of course, I hope you can always donate. We're at Cash App, $ KPLUSC, and you can also donate on the website. And I was just coming in, sharing a little talk with you, a little job market. And what I'm going to do is get back on track. I'm going to get back on track. And when I catch up, I will be definitely back on. What I need to do at this point is just sort of just take a nice little break like I'm getting ready to do, and then make my next approach slower. That way, as I am getting things together, when I get back, I'll be able to do my chat back, because it's time for my chat back. And it's time for my presentation video. And once I get those two things out of the way, I can't say then I will go to my Black Bombay the Reading. I can't even say that one, because Black Bombay the Reading will be read when it's ready to be read. So, but I know I have to do it this month, hopefully. But that one I'm really not in charge of. That one is, I have to just sort of like just be ready, because I I enjoy reading that book. Anyways, so if I can get that video presentation together, that would really much get me to where I need to be. But right now, it looks like I'm thinking about 2 nights. That doesn't mean I'll be on, but I'm doing 2 nights anyways. So, anyways, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day ahead. Don't let anyone break your spirit. And when you feel that negativity just falling all over you, think positive. Think positive thoughts. 'Cause I don't know what I would do if I lived in a place where people felt the need to just use the bathroom on my sidewalk. And am I sleeping here? I mean, am I sleeping on this sidewalk that you're using for the bathroom? It's just a very bad situation. That's a very bad situation. That's a very, very low point in life. And I am thinking, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm thinking maybe the message is that it's best to SHIT, you know, on the sidewalk than to SLEEP on the sidewalk. I'm not sure. I mean, and then in truthfulness, isn't it best to SHIT on the sidewalk than to SLEEP on the sidewalk? But I don't think that that's what it is. But if you had to think about it, why would someone be so mean? That's so mean. And that doesn't give you much to go on. You're not, oh, I'm going to go in this area and look for work. And you walk into the office and put all that stuff on the carpet. Or suppose you just like walk into that stuff and you trample it. I mean, would you imagine getting on their buses? Like, if you got on the bus, let's say one person walked into that stuff, right? Then another person walked into that stuff, and then all of them get on the bus, and then you didn't walk in it, but you're getting on the bus. That bus has to smell pretty bad.